One of the great things about this this nice window and this nice booth at this great facility is we get guests, because we're right here by the line. Ron Capps is here with us, Napa driver, and you really enjoy this track so far. I'm thinking it's great.
Yeah, it almost sounds old. Every driver, every interview we've done, we've talked about how good this track is, but it's not old. I mean, you're seeing unbelievable conditions, hot, and the track's holding up. And this place, it truly is the Bellagio. I mean, of drag strips.
It is that, absolutely.
You know, we've talked about the surface and how good it is, but there's something a little bit unique you were telling me about the way the thing's laid out, though.
Which part was that?
Remember the burnout box?
Oh, yeah. There's a few of them, yeah. As you roll up the stage, it's actually uphill. So when you back up, they stop you, and the car kind of tips over backwards. It's a very weird feeling. You put it back and forward, it kind of tips over the front. And it's in a funny car, you can barely see over the injector anyway. So as it backs down, it's like, where's the track at?
Well, how's that for doing a burnout, trying to roll into the throttle, going uphill, and then going back downhill?
That's a great point, because you'll see a lot of cars with that condition. As you roll up and over, the RPM really jumps up. It's like, whoa, it goes back to your alcohol driving days when you got to really feather the throttle on the burnout.
You ninth in the points coming in the countdown to the championship, and what do you think that means it's going to take to get to the champion? How many rounds are you going to have to win?
Well, I don't look at it that way. We've been testing a lot of things. I think people have kind of maybe underestimated our Napa team, and now it's a 6-race shootout, and we're just down on the hole 100 points from the leader, and that's the way we got to approach it. And I think within a couple races, we're back on our game with the Napa team, and I think we can fight our way right back in. And look how things have changed already. Going to the last session, I mean, Wilkerson guys have really dominated. Some guys are struggling up front, so it's a perfect chance to jump right up there.
Well, as we mentioned, it's starting. Napa guy. There's another Napa guy, runs in another series over at the Lowe's Motor Speedway, and that would be Brother Waltrip.
Yeah.
You want to tell us about this last Tuesday?
Well, it was kind of a match race that was set up, and Michael's been talking. There's his best Austin Quarrel impersonation. However, he has his foot in my staging beam when he was rolling me up there. But I kept waving him to get out of the way, and this is in his car. Came straight from a cup test, and I ran 1060 to 140. Look how straight that is.
How cool is that?
And look at Michael scratching his chin. He was kind of baffled because just before that, he tried to do the same thing with me in a Super Comp car next to him, and he had a little bit more of a problem.
You know, I think I heard we had some video of that, too. Also, Jed Coughlin took a shot in that race car. And how'd Jed do in it?
He did good. Went 1030, went a little bit quicker, but he's used to driving those taxi cabs. Look at that. I got a little sideways, and there goes Michael. He's sideways. I had no idea where he was. He clipped the wall. Didn't even come to a stop. Was already smoking the tires, and I got back to the start line. He was already out assessing the damage.
Yeah, he does a little better across the street over at the Lowe's Motor Speedway,
well,
but at least he drove
over there. Yeah,
he drove back to the start line. That was pretty cool.
He sent me a text message that night. Said he's retiring. He wants to go bracket racing. He had the time of his life, absolute time of his life.
Well, are you ready to take over the NASCAR Cup car?
I'm going to Daytona in February.
Sounds good to me.
I'll swap with him.